Hello everybody. It's been a long time that I wanted to do a clip, and I had some problems with my oscilloscope. On the left channel I get wrong readings. It does show me the wave and the more or less correct oscillations frequency. That's okay, but the voltage is totally wrong. And I searched the internet. I guess I made I burned something inside a while ago when I connected the oscilloscope to the main rails, the 220 volt effective voltage. Actually it's 330 volt each direction. If you look at it at the scope, it will be a sine wave, 300 volt each side, 330. It's square 2 multiplied by the average, the effective voltage, which is 220 times square 2. Square, I mean the 2 is inside the SQR. Yes, it is square. Now I did some small projects. Many of them is very long ago. Like I have a soldering station, and when I solder I forget about the station, and it works, and it ruins the tip over here, and it just wastes electricity. So what I did here, just a minute, I will take aside some of the mess I have here, but it's okay. Once I work, it's all a big mess. I take from my box of you see here, all this is assortment of many pieces. I think more than 500 different devices and ICs, diodes, thyristors, resistors, transistors, you name it. So I have an assortment over here, and there is a really mess. But after I finish the project that I want, I put every single piece back in its place. Otherwise I will never find anything the next time. So what I did here is a device based on the 555 timer, that when I press, it shows this is it lets me a period of time to work on the welder, and then it shuts off by itself. Okay, so if I want to shut it by myself after a short time, I just press here. Now when I press here, I gave about 5 minutes for it to work, and then it shuts off by itself, and I can decrease or increase the time. Here I increase the time to like 40 minutes, which is way too much, and here I decrease it. So I decrease it to like, I don't know, a few seconds. Let's wait a few seconds. It might be shut off by itself. This is the first small project. It helps me. The small problem is that I have to give it 5 volt rails to work, but it's not a problem because I have a big power supply with three exits. So I have 2 to work with and 1 for the welder. Another thing is I have a lot of mosquitoes at work and sometimes at home also, and they are disturbing me at night. So I searched the internet for a circuit, and I found a few. There are a few designs for each circuit. There are a few designs. So what I did, I found one design which is here. I turn it on. You can see I will eliminate the blue signal, and you can see the wave over there. It's a rectangular wave. I can change the frequency. Just a minute. The frequency you can see here, 2.6 kilohertz. I can change it. Oh, by the way, the timer stopped the welder by itself. So now the welder, if I forget, I do something else, it stops by himself, and that's good. You see, now I start it again, I can stop it. This is a 22-volt relay that the timer controls it. They are different in the boxes. I didn't want to put together 5 volt with 220 volt dangerous voltage. I put them to made a separation. Now this mosquito repeller is simple. There are some kinds of mosquito flies that eat them, and they make noise at, like you see here, over here 2.7. They make noise of about 17. Just a minute, I will adjust it. 17 kilo. You see here, now I put it about 19 kilohertz. This is more or less the frequency which human cannot hear. It's working now. Human cannot hear, but the mosquitoes can hear, and it disturbs them. It's a sign that some predator is coming. So what they prefer to do is leave the place. And as far as I tested it at work and a little at home, it worked. But I will give it, and I saw in the internet there is some information. Some companies sell this product, and I think it's working, so I gave it a chance, and it doesn't disturb us. I don't have to smell anything. I'm just checking that the camera is working, and the battery is not off. It happened to me a few times before. So human cannot hear it. It doesn't mix any chemicals that you breathe, and it's very clear. So human can hear from 30 hertz to 18 kilohertz. 300 hertz to about 17 kilohertz. Now we are at the range of 21 kilohertz, which we cannot hear. Now when I go down, I hope you can hear the sound. We can hear it. Once I go up above at 16, 17, we can hardly hear it, and that's where it deters the mosquitoes. Now don't think that this noise is enough. I have here another power supply, and when you connect, this is an amplifier, this is wave generator. The amplifier is not connected to 2 to 9 volt. If it was connected, you would have heard it much stronger. But I want to demonstrate 2 other projects I have here, so I decided not to connect this one to amplify. It's based on a LM386 amplifier. It's a small amplifier like this that I burned not long time ago. This is the LM386. I marked it with white marker because I ruined it. I ruin many. When you are new, you overload stuff, you connect not normally, you make many changes and test for yourself, and then it just blows and become warm and just doesn't work anymore. You throw it to the garbage. Over each IC that I get, it's about 1 to 2 days, like 16 hours. I work and check and test it, more or less, that I can understand what is abilities. That's more or less the time that I take. I don't just put whatever is I see on the circuit, and generally it doesn't work on the first time. You have to adjust it, and after it doesn't work, you have to go back to the sources where you learn something, or the data sheet, to see how it really needs to work, and what did you make wrong, and why this circuit is not a good design, or it is a good design. Sometimes you start with something and it works on the first time, but on most cases it doesn't work like this for me. The same function, mosquito repeller, but with another kind of IC and another kind of amplifier I did here. I did 2 mosquito repellers. One is this is the first design, 555 with LM386 as an amplifier. This is CD4047, which does the oscillations, and 4 transistors. There are 4 transistors hidden here, 2 PNP and 2 NPN, that does the amplifying. The IC itself cannot amplify so much current to put inside outside to the speaker, or to piezo. Piezo is like a small speaker. So this is another design. The IC is much more expensive. It does other things that the 555 can do, and this amplification is like basic amplification. Is a class AB amplifier. 4 transistors to take care of the upper side of the graph, the positive, and the other 2, the NPN, they take the lower side of the voltage. The lower side and the upper side both together work, and they produce some sound. Now, after I do this prototyping, I put it inside a box. Now these boxes are very ugly, and I found them and I wanted to use them, but you know, I'm trying, and this I can the switch is working. By the way, the switch is working with the power supplies that I have to insert here, but this is a very something that is weird a little bit. It takes the power. This LM386 takes the power from the oscilloscope. If I take it, of course it will shut off, or if I shut off here, it will shut off here. These are things that you only find while you are experiencing on actual devices. Another thing that is bad in this design, that if I connect the same transformer to the 2 devices, it makes a noise that you cannot bear. But in this design, the same transformer works with the amplifier and the IC. So this, nobody will tell you that it will not work, and let go find yourself, knock your head at the wall to understand why. And to use 2 transformers for such a small appliance, such a small device, it's overkill, it's too much. All what I'm showing you can work on batteries, of course. Now this prototype of the same mosquito repeller is the same as what you see here. Here I used a normal project box that I ordered on eBay, and it's, as I see it now, it is much more attractive, much more convenient to work than in such a and it's not so expensive. Boxes generally should be less expensive, but like, I don't know, a few dollars, but here where I live in Israel, it's about $7 for each box here. It's very expensive, and just the box. So after I do the prototyping, I leave it as it is, and then solder another device on a solder board like this. It's not finished. I will show you how it's working. Just a minute. Closing a little more the wrench, and this is the power supply. I turn it on. I have over here LED sign that it's working, and there is a small, let's see, you see the holes here. I will close it so it will not fall. This is the speaker I use. I took it from a camera that I found or I bought and ruined it. It's a small speaker. It's I think 8 ohm speaker. Of course, if I change the potentiometer, I can reach the same frequency. This is the lower. Once I go up, this is about 15 kilohertz, and this is about 20 kilohertz. We cannot hear it. Let's see if I connected the oscilloscope to show you what's going on here. And no, the one probe is connected to the first repeller. So that's what you have here. I'll turn it off. You cannot hear it, and it's very attractive, very nice. I hope it will work at work. My friends want to buy it. I sell, maybe if I sell it, it's just for the pieces. I do not make any I don't earn anything for this, or I will give them one of the other designs for free and they can use it, or I'll leave it there. This is more or less I try many designs to experience. The other one is a much more stronger amplifier. This is the LM380. Now if I turn on the radio here, it works on batteries. I will eliminate the yellow. This is what we can hear now. Now if I take, we can see, you hear the sound of that the radio transistor produces very slow, very small signal. Now here is the amplification. It's only 2 watt amplified. This is the volume control over here. I will change station. You can hear that the sound is quite good. It's mono, it's not stereo, but it can help me with amplifying my computer sound, and does nice amplification. I can just a minute, I will turn this off. I can make it a stereo with other chips, with other ICs, and I can with these ICs to make 2 channels. This IC is quite good as I watch it. I worked until 4 a.m. yesterday and enjoyed the music while it amplified. The AB the AB amplification, class AB amplification I did before. I did it. I instead of using 4 transistors, I used two of them in this project. Before, I wanted to check something and I just burned the 2 of them. 2 were not enough, so but it was a different design, so I could not connect 4. This is generally what I'm working lately. I have some more project which I'll do another video for. What you see here, it's a lighter, it's a flashlight, a torch, but as you can see, I don't know if you can hear the sound, and you see the coil over here. Something is weird in this torch, and something is very special in this torch, and I will tell you to keep you in to keep you in tension for the next time why it's a interesting circuit over here. Generally speaking, I had to start. I have just the project. I passed the tests at the what I learned at practical electronics, and I wanted to start this winter to learn engineering, electricity and electronics engineering, and I delayed it maybe to the next winter. And I have to do to learn before there. It's like you have to 3 months to. They told me we will get you as you are, like this, but I feel that I have some less knowledge in physics and in mathematics. In English I'm okay, so I have to learn 3 months before if I want to start to learn. So I gave them 3,000 in advance, and they didn't give it back to me. They told me, if you learn next year, maybe we will keep the 3,000 that you gave to the next year. If we cannot give it back to you. That's a pity. I didn't read enough. I was concentrated at the studies and at the tests that were delayed, and I didn't. I missed the deadline of the cancellation, and so I canceled the studies for now, because I want to practice. Just to learn theory all the time without knowing anything practical, it's not for me. I need at least this year to practice, and I hope it will be enough. Another thing is the beard that maybe some of you maybe not saw me with. I'm growing it. It's not a, let's talk, it's not a very nice item for a man to grow a beard. It's generally it's ugly, but I don't want to catch some attention. I want to be at my corner. Sometimes I don't want to catch attention, so I grow a beard. People look at you and turn their head and keep going straight without noticing everything, and that's but after about a month I have to take it out because it becomes warm, and if you sweat, and I drive a lot the bicycle, and if you sweat, the sweat is going outside from the beard. This is, you don't want to feel this. Okay, so maybe I will do another video soon. Thank you for watching.